Hey folks, and welcome back to Pattaya. Today we're going to look at Pattaya's new biggest beach. It's not a new beach, but the fact that it's big is new, and we will pretty much be spending the entire episode in Jomtien looking at various things there. Jomtien's a nice place, just a little bit south of Pattaya. A lot of people who come here like to stay there. They prefer Jomtien over Pattaya, actually, and now with the new beach, they have more reason than ever. But I'll also talk briefly about the crisis going on in Eastern Europe and how that affects things here. So let's jump into this. We're heading down to Jomtien today. Have lunch with a subscriber. But on the way down there, I'll go over a couple things I've had a lot of people ask lately, the last week or so, like what's going on here with there's a big, Russian and Ukrainian community that live here and that visit here. And since the conflict's going on, how does that impact things here and what's going on with all that? So that all depends on who you ask, because there are many different people here under many different circumstances going through a lot of different things. So I'll briefly go over, touch on some of the broad strokes while I ride on down to Jomtien. But suffice it to say, most of it not good. So right, I guess the first thing worth mentioning is the financial or monetary situation. There are or were many tourists here from the affected area. We can go over to the TT currency exchange here. You can always check the currency rates there. As you see, as of yesterday, 0.28, that's 28 satang. For 1 ruble. So that's down significantly. I'll show you. But just a week ago, you look right here, NA, they weren't even negotiating that currency at all. Now, if we go back to the beginning of the year, or the end of last year, I guess, 42. So you can see that's significant. It was pretty pegged at 42 there for a while. So you can see it's significantly down, but they can negotiate the currency. The credit cards for a lot of the tourists have been blocked, but a lot of the residents that live here have local income streams or have managed to transfer money in other means. So not all bad, but I think from the tourist aspect, probably a nightmare when you can't use your card and the money exchanges are closed, or at least closed for your currency. But anyway, that's what's going on here. Like I said, it depends who you ask that will determine how much that individual is actually affected. There's not a bunch of fire sales going on for condos and properties, though. Somebody else asked that. That is not the case. I checked with a broker just the other day. So look, I tell you this all the time. I thought it'd be cool to hear from somebody else. This guy's been gone for 3 years. I met him when I first moved here. He's been back in the U.S. for a year before COVID and then all the 2 years during COVID. But he just got back here a couple days ago. And I asked what his impressions were. And well, I'll let him tell you, but I just think it's better sometimes you hear things from other people, because this fella's got a lot in common with you. If you haven't been here in 3 years, have been sitting at home watching the videos, he's actually boots on the ground here.
Well, my name's David, and just got here from Houston, Texas, and just letting you know that what I found when I got here was that it seemed like the place was a lot cleaner. It's a lot more modern. They've kind of gotten things kind of spruced up, I guess you could say. A lot of new buildings, a lot of new things out there. Actually, it's pretty nice now. So if you guys are thinking about coming, come on. Immigration was a breeze. I was through the whole thing in probably 20 minutes and back on the taxi on the way in. So I did the COVID test, and literally in 6 hours I was through. They gave me the go-ahead. So if you're thinking about coming, come on out. Everything's looking good. The place is really cleaned up. A lot of new places that are open here they didn't have before, and it's definitely worth the trip. So come on out.
And if he got off the plane and he thought it was bad, he would say it's bad. He's a straight shooter. I know this guy. But anyway, we had a nice lunch over at the Sandbar. I'll show you our food. I like that's one of my favorite places in Jomtien. I don't get down here enough, but the Eggs Benedict I think is maybe the best Eggs Benedict in town. I have not found one better yet, but I'm still looking. Anyway, I'm going to look around Jomtien and see what else is new and crack-a-lackin' while I'm down here. So yeah, also a little police training going on at the beach. This is not a real episode or incident. This is training. They're practicing to subdue and control a suspect. That's good. A lot of police work, a good percentage of police work is constant training. I know that for a fact. So good on them. Looks like they were successful in subduing the perpetrator there. But a short distance away. Now we went here, I don't know, about 6-8 months ago. this new park here. It's right behind the Laguna Beach Condos 3, also called the Maldives. And last time the lake was there, the rocks were there, but it was just a big dust bowl. They have pretty much finished this now, and it's beautiful. They've put a garden all the way around. There's some exercise machines, little exercise machines you can use, and there's like a jogging, walking track. And that's pretty special, that track, I'll tell you. I don't know if it's asphalt, whatever it's made out of, it's got a little bit of spring to it. So if you have joint issues and maybe you refrain from walking or jogging because of that, you might want to try that surface. It's got just a tiny bit of sponginess to it. But anyway, let's see what else is doing. We kind of ran out of daylight yesterday here in Jomtien. Came back down the following morning with V. She likes coming down here. But I guess one of the big things you just can't help but notice, and I asked the guy yesterday as well, Dave, I said, what about the skyline? So you've got these new condo projects. We looked at Copacabana before. That's kind of right in the middle of the beach here. You can see it from no matter where you are in Jomtien. And it's to the point now, I think you get a good idea what it's going to look like. So the new big premier beachfront condo here in Jomtien. Still a lot of work to be done though, but it is progressing well. They're working on it every day. The cranes are still up, but once that opens, and I'll put it this way, once you can take occupancy of the units, I'll go through there and we'll check out a unit. I think it's going to be very popular. Its location is smack dab in the middle of Jomtien, and hot buses, good views of the ocean, the beach. It's going to be very popular. So the other new projects are kind of off the beach on Second Road. So that's your only real beachfront option on the new projects. Farther down, there's one, a big tower that was built before COVID, but this one during COVID is probably since the last time you've been here, that's the most profound change, the Copacabana. So anyway, we're gonna go down here, and there's a lot of new places down at the other end, down at the Na Jomtien side. Once you cross over 16th, Soi 16, it becomes Na Jomtien. There's a sign right there. I'll try to show you that. And there's a few new places down there at the end with good views and some good eats and drinks. So maybe we'll go down there, grab a cup of coffee. We'll grab a cuppa, and we'll see what that looks like. So a couple months ago we were down here. I showed you the construction project going on for Jomtien Beach. It's starting on the Na Jomtien side. Let's just look down there. I mean, this is the part that's completed as far as you can see. Great big beach. Now keep in mind, this was one of the more narrow stretches of beaches historically. Sometimes the waves would almost lick the seawall down there. If they did, I mean, that was almost regularly. This is a proper beach now. It's beautiful. Now over here, you can see, I'll show you the other side of this, but you can see those diggers back there. I'll give you a better look, but that little black fence is kind of separates the part that's done from the part that's under construction. It looks great down here. Big beach and nobody on it. Well, hardly anybody, couple people, but you could get lost out here. I mean, used to be you had the chairs, the tables up by the road. You walk a couple steps, you're in the water. Now you've got this great big open beach. So if this continues all the way up, it's really going to be something. It's really going to be a profound change down here. And already here in Na Jomtien, I'm blown away by the change. It's the first time I've seen the fully completed part. Like I said, I don't come down here much. I don't know if how this will look on video, but it is, I don't know. I think it's 50 meters from the street now to the water easily. It's very wide. Good stuff. If you like big beaches, Jomtien. The water maybe not the cleanest in Pattaya, but definitely I think in Jomtien cleaner than the proper Pattaya beach. Seems like some of the beaches around Pratamnak, Jomtien, Naklu a little bit better. They don't really have the harbor with all those boats in there constantly, so marginally cleaner I guess, and people do go in the water out here. So yeah, after looking at this, I spoke to a couple people that live here, and I said, hey, have you seen the new beach down at Na Jomtien? They said no. So if you live here and you haven't seen, go on down and check it out. But anyway, we went to a coffee shop. There it is, Summer House Pattaya. V met a new friend, so we'll talk to her and let her show us around.
Hello, my name is Steve. I'm from Thailand. Because of COVID in Thailand, you see a lot of Pattaya, right? So empty, so quiet. Thailand is so sad right now. Actually, Thailand is beautiful more. See a lot here. Pattaya right now is so beautiful. You see the sun, breeze, no people. Everything is empty, like me.
So just adjacent to this great big brand new beach I'm showing you, we've come to a little cafe called Summer House. There's several down here on this end, this Na Jomtien side. This one's quite electric. They got an upstairs, a downstairs. The upstairs, I'll show you, you can really get a good view of the beach, but it's hot up there during the day. I think that's more of an evening place, or maybe earlier morning. I believe they open at 8 a.m. here. They've got these great big thick waffles here. So I ordered one. I can actually smell it cooking back there. It comes with a couple different flavors. And coffees. We just got some coffee and some water. But nice little stop off here next to this nice beach. And if you sit upstairs, if you brave the heat or in the evening, you got a great view. Fantastic view. So we'll take a look at the big waffle when it comes. And a quick look around here. I think it's here. Wow. Wow. Thank you. It's not as big as I thought it was going to be. I think it's about maybe 7 inches in diameter. That's okay, we're not that hungry, but it sure looks and smells good. I tell you, I'm glad the waffle wasn't any bigger. V didn't honor her part of the bargain and eat any. She just had some of the fruit, so I was stuck with the whole waffle, and it was almost too much. Big and thick and heavy, but it was yummy. So we're gonna meet back up with Dave in a minute. Take him over to Cozy Beach to the condo folks over there. He's interested in another condo here. And anyway, that'll probably be all we have time for, but we're supposed to go out and do something pretty cool tonight, so tune in next time for that. So yeah, how about that Jomtien? I tell you what, always something new going on down there. You know, we spoke about the crisis and the conflict going on in Eastern Europe. A lot of those folks, disproportionately so when they come here, like to visit Jomtien, I think. And with not so many tourists right now from that area of the world, Jomtien may be quieter than the rest of Pattaya. So if you like it quiet, maybe the time to visit Jomtien. And a big happy St. Patrick's Day to anybody watching here on the 17th when this video released. But for this episode, I gotta leave it off right here. And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.